Depressingly true to life. The only jobs available are low-paying, demeaning, menial jobs, and require long hours just to afford enough basic necessities to keep yourself presentable enough to appear at work the next day. Everything that might be fun to do is closed by the time you get off work. Every possible opportunity to better yourself through education and exercise is also closed by the time your day job is done. The only things still open are the most banal of entertainments. Your choice of empty, vapid pabulum on a screen or dancing and drugs to take your mind away from the daily grind, both of which only increase your sociability stat, which is useless for actually getting a better job. The jobs that require sociability are already taken by the pants-on-head moron who was in the same fraternity as the boss's clueless kid, and helped hold his hair back a few times. Even if the university, library, etc. were open into the night, there just aren't enough hours in the day to actually go to them. Once you've gotten enough sleep, eaten enough to survive, and worked enough to eat, that's it. The day is over. If you want to get more than that out of life, you've got to start sacrificing necessities. Soon you're showing up to work with less than 20% food, 20% sleep, and 20% hygiene, but no one cares. You're just another faceless drone who can't magically make the coffee machine spit out coffee any faster, nor figure out how to spell London on the first try. You scrimp, you save. You invest in your garden at home in hopes of generating some extra income selling cabbage out behind the convenience store. Somehow, through incredible effort, enduring sleepless nights, near starvation, and bad personal hygiene, you save enough to go to university part-time. Finally, you think, this is the way to get out of this hole. But as bad as the food, sleep, hygiene situation was before, it's even worse now. Power nap and power bar before work, and once again before class. Lather, rinse, repeat. Sleeping at night? The whole night? Eating full meals? What kind of madness is that? Bleary-eyed, gaunt with malnutrition, smelling faintly of sour dairy creamer and B.O. You leave the university, flimsy paper diploma clutched tightly in one hoof. This is it. It's all been worth it. Surely. You check all the businesses in town, flinging job applications left and right. Not experienced enough. Nah, we'd rather hire someone from my son's fraternity again. No, I think we're gonna hire some guy who's 8 years from retirement age to fill 2 entry-level positions instead. What kind of degree even is this? In desperation, you return to the coffee shop and beg for your old job back. Sorry, you're overqualified now. We can't possibly hire you. It's against corporate policy. It's about then that your food, sleep, and hygiene meters all reach 0 at the same time. You can't do anything. If you can even bring yourself to get out of bed, you just end up standing outside buildings, trying to will yourself to go in, to apply for a job, to just go see a movie again, even just to buy a meal. But you can't do that. You just can't. Pony cannot do that because unhappy. It's then that you collapse in the street, broken, penniless, and alone. Unable to die, yet unable to live. Game of the year, 10 out of 10. Let me share with you the tale of my pony. A tale of love, loss, and life. On day 1, he entered Ponyland happy, healthy, and ready to mingle. He struck up conversations with various ponies around town and made multiple friends almost immediately. However, this was not to last. The trouble first began when he visited the pharmacy and purchased a large dose of painkillers. While in a drug-induced delirium, he entered a restaurant and ordered 3 chickens and a steak, which for some reason was labeled ship. Having only just sated his appetite for flesh, my pony discovered the hard way that inflation had hit Ponyland hard. He grimaced as he paid his $650 food bill and left. By this time, night was falling and my pony had nowhere to sleep. He wandered by the streets by night, striking up conversation with passing female ponies, presumably hookers, until the early AM. The next day, we traversed the town looking to apply his trade as a waiter, but nowhere he checked had any positions open. In yet another drug-fueled fit, he spent over $7,800 on 13 sticks of bright red lipstick, marking the last of his initial funds. He had to find a source of income, otherwise he would not be able to partake in any of the overpriced amenities Ponyland had to offer. Another sleepless night drew to a close as another day began. By this time, my pony had not slept in 4 to 5 days, and his beauty, hunger, and happiness were drained to 0. Due to his purchase of lipstick, there was nothing he could do, as a crippling onset of depression took hold of him. In a desperate ploy to boost his morale, he applied all 13 sticks of lipstick at once, caking himself in makeup. This did not, however, boost his mood at all. Having nothing left to do with himself, my pony tried to find work again, this time succeeding in landing a job as a barista in a coffee shop. But this victory was short-lived as my pony found himself too unhappy to work. His income would have to wait. Day 10 rolled around and my pony had still not slept. My pony's sullen figure roamed the streets of Ponyland looking for anyone to talk to. At last he spotted a girl pony and struck up a conversation. He roped her into a 13-hour joke-telling marathon, after which he found himself falling in love. As they watched the fireworks together, the light from the display illuminated a wedding ring on the pony's hoof, or whatever. She was married already. Devastated, my pony broke off all conversation with this harlot, vowing to never speak to a married pony ever again. Day 15 and my pony had explored all parts of Ponyland, still battling his crippling depression along with his abandonment issues. Finally, while trudging along the beach, he noticed a lone female pony. His thoughts raced to past interest and betrayal, but he didn't let that get in the way of talking with her. This time he noticed she was single, a good sign. He repeated his perfect lady game of telling jokes for 13 hours and watching the fireworks with her until they were madly in love with each other. He even considered asking her to marry him on the spot, but he was bankrupt from his lipstick binge and had no other gifts to offer her. Dejected, he reluctantly left her and headed back into town, now more depressed than ever. 2 more sleepless and tear-filled nights passed and my pony found himself homeless, depressed, disheveled, and broke on the streets. It was day 17, a fateful day. Still unable to participate in any fun activities or work for a source of income due to his unhappiness, my pony decided to call it quits on life. Or rather, I decided to quit the game. TLDR, this game is a fantastic real-life simulator. Battle depression, bankruptcy, homelessness, loneliness, and insomnia in a quest for true love. Thank you for reading, and rip my pony. Hi, fellow pony here. I was recently gifted this by a good friend in Brony, and I must say this game is absolutely amazing. Words cannot explain how much I love this game. It reminds me of real life, only better. Many aspects of my real life have found this way into the game, making me feel right at home. The rigors of life can be quite taxing on me in person, but in Ponytown, suddenly that burden is lifted. No longer shall I feel unrewarded when I wake up at 1 in the morning, flirt with men in the street, eat a slice of pizza before I head into work at the beauty salon, then get a little wash-up from my boss. I'm stinky. All that hard work from the day really pays off by the end of the day when I get my paycheck, which I then spend most of it like a silly pony and buy pizza and donate money to the disco. The only criticism I have of this game is that I was unable to fully seduce my friend Casper, who is a male pony. My pony is LGBTQ. I'm not. I continuously got friend-zoned, which made me feel sad, eventually causing me to spiral into a depressive episode. I'm okay now. Aside from the discrimination my pony received, I very much enjoyed this game. The HD graphics are easily on par with games such as Warcraft 3, and the story is by far even better. I'd recommend this game to anyone on the fence about spending the $5 on it. Game on, every pony. I was mourning the loss of my old pony Kate in Pony World 2 who had a chronic skin disease. I made a new pony called Bimbo Dash and we set out into the world. Massive improvement in Pony World 2 because there were actually NPCs in this one. We made a few friends, had a fling with one of the mini Agathas, got a job as a cashier, and worked 1 whole day. We even met mares. And then I saw her. I couldn't believe my eyes. A pony called Kate. It was like her spirit passed on. She had no skin disease anymore. I just knew Bimbo Dash had to have her. They told jokes and flirted for over 12 hours playing with a ball and throwing fireworks into a storm. Until the harsh realities of life hit us. I realized I couldn't find my house. Even the ground below me was giving out. Even the UI couldn't find its place to stay, and wandered to the center of the screen. This game is a great simulator for living in a capitalist society during a housing crisis. And we never got to marry Kate. If there's something I've learned between Pony World 2 and Pony World 3, it's that happiness is not achievable. It's merely an illusion until you are down on your luck and can't find your house or get a skin disease. I got gifted this very educational game by my mentor. My pony, Nicolas Cage, started as a baby horse wanting to learn and explore the world. After he realized the only job he's capable of doing is assisting at the cashier position in a general store, he decided to develop a full serious relationship with Linda. However, the horse was carrying AIDS all along, and Nicholas got in a very severe health condition. He had to waste $3,000 on headache pills and pizza. After recovering, Nicholas decided to follow his great-granddad's footsteps, to become a hairdresser. However, he passed away from overusing his brain muscles and the game crashed. I fucking blame Linda. I think we can all learn that Linda is a horse. Day 1 of Pony World 3. Rendering issues for the main menu. No money left. Spent it all on a tomato growing. Yet to get baby. My pony was denied a job because he was dirty and cried the entire way home. My wife is apparently a man. $40 for a croissant. Attempted to kill myself by crushing my pony with a compost. Didn't work. We'll try again tomorrow. Kill me out of 10. Pony World 3 is a truly in-depth experience from what I have dabbled with it. I simply have not scratched the entire surface of this masterpiece of reality, but allow me to share my tale of Pony World 3. In this $5 masterpiece of gaming, I have witnessed the gritty underbelly of reality, such as poverty, depression, filth, rejection, insomnia, underwage jobs. Clearly, this game has highlighted the gritty reality that only Steam could recommend in equally as brooding games such as Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes for merely looking at Pony World 3. My fellow ponies I watched over was a very happy couple by the name of Ryu and Ken. As time went on, Ryu would stay up until 5 AM, unable to sleep as Ken worked hours upon hours to make a whopping $340. Barely enough to get some slices of pizza and a bottle of water. It was such a struggle to where at first the couple's bright pink fence had to be sacrificed. Then the shower. Then finally a smaller house had to be bought to make amends with the struggles of such a capitalist society. Even with such amends made, Ryu and Ken struggled to survive in such a post-apocalyptic society. This game is one that will last for many legends. One that peoples whose blogs tumble will overanalyze for eons upon eons of time.
Darkness imprisoning me, all that I see, absolute horror. I cannot live, I cannot die, trapped in myself, body my only thing.
I currently only have 2 ponies, Dirty Jew and Sex Maniac. They are prostitutes at heart, but in the game they're only chefs. They remind me of the 2 little girls locked in my basement. It makes me hard. 10 out of 10 better than porn.